Welcome to the service.
Shalom. Welcome to our parish service this morning.
Shalom. Welcome to our service.
Shalom and welcome to our service this morning.
Shalom. Welcome to our service.
Shalom and welcome to this morning's service.
Warm welcome to you all this morning who are joining this morning's service here at Bowdon Church. Now, did you hear those welcoming you, very clearly offering you that Jewish word of greeting, Shalom? And it's translated all the way through the Bible as peace. In the King James Version, the word peace appears 420 times. And it's a word which, because of the number of times it occurs, gives you an understanding of how important it is in Scripture to God and to the Christian faith. Now, in the Old Testament, Jehovah Shalom is God revealing himself as the Lord is peace. It's one of his attributes. It's who he is. But then in Isaiah chapter 9, I've read every Christmas, we realize through this great prophetic book the coming of a child. It says, "Unto us a child is born, God's Son, and the government of the nations will be on his shoulders, and he will be called Wonderful Counselor, Almighty God, the Prince of Peace." And Jesus in the New Testament and in several places speaks to us of giving us his peace, leaving his peace, and letting his peace dwell in us. And it's a peace not as the world gives. It's not a peace the world can even really know. Blessed, he says, are the peacemakers. And that, of course, is from the Sermon on the Mount. So this really is our theme this morning, and the many ways that Christ is our peace, a source of true peace to all his people and to his church. And so now, with that in mind, very much like to invite you to join with me in the liturgy for this morning. And your words are in red, in our growing and developing, in our relationships and our maturing, in our living and being, in our aging and fading, throughout all our lives, Christ is our peace. In our successes and failures, in our disappointments and fading dreams, in our accomplishments, rewards, joys and rewards, in all we lose and leave behind, Christ is our peace. In our poverty of prayer and half-hearted commitment, in our distracted lives and too little time for God, in our struggles to love and be patient, in our desire to find and know that peace that passes all understanding, Christ is the source of our peace. And so, some words of prayer. Yes, Father, you are the true source of the peace that we desire for ourselves, and you desire to give it to the world. For we hear that blessed are the peacemakers. They shall be called the sons and daughters of the living God. And insofar as we are able, through words, our time and patient reconciliatory listening, our wisdom in complex situation, our actions and deep meditations on bringing your peace to our world. Help us daily to live in love with and peace with all men and women, and with this world, which is our current home. Amen. Our first hymn this morning is the hymn, "In God There Is No East or West." And this is going to be sung for us by the congregation of St. Martin's in the Field. And then Mark and Mike will bring us 2 readings.
The reading today is from John chapter 14, verses 23 to 27. Jesus replied, "Anyone who loves me will obey my teaching. My Father will love them, and we will come to them and make our home with them. Anyone who does not love me will not obey my teaching. These words you hear are not my own. They belong to the Father who sent me. All this I have spoken while still with you, but the Advocate, the Holy Spirit, whom the Father will send in my name, will teach you all things and will remind you of everything I have said to you. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid." This is the word of the Lord.
This reading is taken from Philippians chapter 4, verses 6 to 9. Do not worry about anything, but in everything by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Finally, beloved, whatever is true, whatever is honourable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is pleasing, whatever is commendable, if there is any excellence and if there is anything worthy of praise, think about these things. Keep on doing the things you have learned and received and heard and seen in me, and the God of peace will be with you.
Well, thanks, guys. And now a very suitable song for anyone who considers themselves young. It's a children's song and it talks about peace, but it also talks about love and it talks about joy flowing like a river.
I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river in my soul.
Ah, there you are. So let's do a bit more on this really quite special, this rich, this multi-layered word that we find running throughout the Bible. Shalom is actually one of these words which is, a bit like snow to the Eskimos. And within peace, you have these ideas emerging: harmony, wholeness, completeness, prosperity, and tranquility. It means peace between humankind and God. It can mean the well-being and welfare of an individual or a group of people. It can mean wholeness and completeness. There are ideas here of unharmed and safety. So one thing that's important about the peace that Christ gives is that it is not just an absence of conflict. It is not a temporary ceasefire. And this corrupted view of peace is how the world thinks about peacemaking and peacekeeping across the world, trying to stop growing conflicts over land and water, minerals, wood, oil, and the seas. The Christian faith sees Jesus offer peace and peacefulness, wholeness and harmonious living as a life experience that's transformational and completely healing. In him and through his all-pervasive presence in our lives and in the church, we can know 4 significant aspects of shalom, of peace. It begins with peace with God, that we are found and no longer lost. We're welcomed home and we're loved into life by the one who says, "Call me Father." The New Testament talks of Jesus making peace with God through his death on the cross, which was a reconciliation that is final and complete. Guilt, fear, the fear of dying, is slowly replaced by peace and a quiet conscience in our hearts and minds. But it continues with peace with ourselves, no longer dancing to a tune or the demands or expectations of the world, terrified of failure, terrified of strong emotion, constantly trying to garner the world's approval. We have in Christ God's enduring approval. You are my beloved son or daughter by adoption, and in you I am well pleased. His perfect love for us casts out all fear. He invites us to let him replace timidity and fearfulness with courage and confidence. We know who we are and who we can trust. I am here by God's will. I am not a mistake. And he urges us to hand him the things that alarm or dismay and think often about everything that is wholesome, righteous, and life-affirming. Brings us peace with our neighbour, an unobtrusive, generous-minded concern for those who are close by and those who are not really quite so close. Our bond with Partington is easing the anxiety of many who've never known and will never know the wealth and security that we enjoy every day. God, it says, gives us in abundance, that we have enough and plenty to share with others. And just this week I found and really was struck by this beautiful proverb: kindness to the poor is a loan to the Lord, and he will repay the lender. And perhaps finally, there is the chance for some peace with the natural world. That is why that lovely quote about nature should be often in our minds when we're out in the country. Take nothing but pictures, leave nothing but footprints, kill nothing but time. The world is here to provide for us and not to be ransacked and exploited. How we spend, what we buy, how much we consume, all can add to the total of global fairness or exploitation. But it's fair to say that the hardest change to make is how we live. It is still worth trying. So may we all together in our lives of discipleship find the transformational power of God's Shalom, that we find wholeness and completeness of mind, body, and a purpose-filled journey as peacemakers in God's kingdom. And now, taking these themes forward, some members from the congregation are now going to offer our intercessions.
Father, thank you that through your Son, Jesus Christ, we can know the peace which passes all understanding. The peace of knowing we are loved beyond all doubt by our Creator God, who gave his Son for us. The peace that means even during tough times, we have the knowledge that you are with us, walking alongside or even carrying us. Please help us to be refreshed in your peace and experience it more strongly every day.
Lord, help me to live in peace with my neighbour. Thank you for bringing a greater sense of community to some during this difficult time where we've tried to work with and look after our neighbours. But where isolation has made us more self-centred, help us now, as we increasingly come together again, to understand our neighbours' different ways of thinking. You instructed us to love our neighbour as ourselves. Lord, help us to do this even when it's difficult. May we look for what unites us rather than divides us.
Almighty God and loving Father, we bring to you this morning all our fears, worries, doubts and concerns, whether from our past, hidden or unspoken, or these present times. For our families and friends and neighbours, and for our futures. And let us hear your words again. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. May we by faith enter into that peace that passes all understanding, allowing your peaceful presence to pervade our hearts and minds. Reassure us you are with us. Let us sense your presence on the dusty road of life. Let us be quick to bring you into situations we face. Let us face the fear and do it anyway. You are our true peace, who protects and brings everlasting, increasing wholeness to our lives. As we trust you and realise that you are closer to us than we are to ourselves.
St. Francis of Assisi said, "Let's praise and thank God daily for the gift of creation. Father God, we pray through your Son, our Saviour, Jesus Christ. Lord, be in our lives. Let your presence fill them. Your presence is peace. We pray for peace with our natural world, your world. We thank you that so many people have discovered during the pandemic the peace which being with nature can bring. We pray that by being good stewards of the environment, by being responsible in our own actions, we can promote the peace and sustainability of your world. Lord, we pray that the world's leaders may work together in peace and unity to ensure that future generations can enjoy the wonders of your creation. Lord, in your mercy, hear our prayer.
Well, a huge thanks to everyone who's read, offered intercessions, and given us a very warm welcome earlier. I would want to draw your attention, if I may, to the courses which are going to be running this autumn from September. It's good stuff, and I think it's important if we go, because we need to grow and deepen our faith. There will be Old and New Testament studies and an Alpha course. Debbie, who's my neighbour, will be running a course on prayer, and there's also a marriage course. Very much hope that if you're watching this while you're on holiday, you're having a good time and finding relaxation and recreation in everything that you're doing. And now, as we move towards a close, Sasha is going to sing for us the prayer of Saint Francis of Assisi, "Make me a channel of your peace." Well, thank you so much, Sasha. It's such a joy the way you sing for us every week. I would want to say thanks to Sam. His technical ability and filming skills is making these services possible. And straight after this, from 11 o'clock, there is Zoom Coffee. And Mike Dunscombe will lead on that, and he'll also put you into smaller groups for more intimate conversations. And so we come to the close of our service. Friends, may the peace of God that passes all understanding keep your hearts and minds in the knowledge and the love of God. And the blessings of God, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit be with you and rest on you and guide you through all your days until Jesus comes or calls. Amen. So next Sunday, Helen will be here in my place to lead us in morning worship. Enjoy your week.